Jacob heard that Laban's sons were saying, Jacob has taken everything our father owned and has gained all this wealth from what belonged to our father. And Jacob now noticed that Laban's attitude toward him was not what it has been. And then the Lord said to Jacob, go back to the land of your fathers and to your relative, and I will be with you. So Jacob sent word to Rachel and Leah to come out to the field where his flock were. He said to them, I see that your father's attitude toward me is not what it was before, but the God of my father has been with me. You know that I have worked for your father with all my strength. Yet your father has ch- cheated me by changing my wage 10 times. However, God has not able to him to harm me. If he say, the speckly ones will be your wage, then all the plow gained averse to speckly youngs. And if he say, the street kid ones will be yours wages, and then all the plow will go for street kid young. So God has taken away your father's livestock and has given them to me. In the breeding season, I once had a dream in which I looked it up and saw that the marigolds melting with the flock were streaked, speckly or spotted, spotted, speckly on the flock. The angel of God said to me in the dream, Jacob, I answered, here I am. And he said, look up and see that all the miracles melting with the flood or streaked and speckly or spotted. For I have seen all that Laban has been doing to you. I am the God of Bethel, where you appointed a pillar and where you made a bow to me. Now leave this land at once and go back to your native land. Then later and depleted, do we still have any share in the inhabitants inhabitants of our father's estate? Does he not regard us as foreigner? Not only has he sold us, but he has used of what was paid for us. Surely all the words that God took away from our father belong to us and our children. So do whatever God has told you. Then Jacob put his children and his wife and on camera, and he drove all his livestock ahead of him, along with all the goods he had accumulated in Padan Aram to go to his father Isaac and the land of Canaan. When Laban has gone to shear his sheep, Rachel stole her father's household gods. Moreover, Jacob received Laban the Aramean by not telling him he was running away, so he freed which all he has crossed the Euphrates River and headed for the hill country of Gilead. On the 3 day, Laban was told that Jacob has fled. Taking his relative with him, he pursued Jacob for 7 days and caught up with him in the hill country of Galilee. Galilee. Aramean in a dream at night and say to him, be careful not to say anything to Jacob, either good or bad. Jacob has pitched his tent in the hill country of Gilead. When Laban overtook him, and Laban and his relative camped there too. Then Laban said to Jacob, what have you done? You deceived me, and you cared of my daughter like captive in war. Where did you learn of secretly and deceive me? Why did you tell me? So I could send you away with joy and singing to the music of timbrel and harps. You did even let me kiss my grandchildren and my daughter goodbye. You have done a foolish thing. I have the power to harm you, but last night the God of your father said to me, be careful not to say anything to Jacob, either good or bad. Now you have gone up because you longed to return to your father's household. But why did you steal my gods? Jacob answered Laban, I was afraid because I thought you would take your daughter away from me by force. But if you find anyone who has your God, that person shall not live in the presence of our relative. See for yourself. Whatever there is anything of yours here with me, and if so, take it. Now Jacob did not know that Rachel had stolen the God. So Laban went into Jacob's tent and into Leah's tent and into the tent of the two female servants, but he found nothing after he came out of the last tent. He entered Rachel's tent. Now Rachel has taken the household gods and put the inside her commerce recently and was sitting on them. Laban searched through everything in the tent but found nothing. Rachel said to her father, don't be angry, my lord, that I cannot stand up in your presence. I am having not my pearlier. So he searched but could not find the household gold. Jacob was angry, and I took Laban to task. What is my crime? He asked Laban. How have I wronged you that you hunt me down? Now that you have searched through all my goods, what have you found that belonged to your household? Put it here into of your relative and mine, and let them judge between the two of us. I have been with you for 20 years now. Your sheep and goats has not mistreated, mis- misquoted, nor have I eaten lamb from your flock. I did my bring you animal torn by wild beast. I bore the loss myself, and you damage payment from me for whatever was stolen by day or night. This was my situation that here heat consumed me in the daytime, and the could at night, and sleep fled from my eye. It wasn't like this for the 20 years I was in your household. I worked for you 14 years for your $2 and 6 years for your flood, and you changed my wage in 10 times. If the God of my father, the God of Abraham, and the fear of Isaac has not been with me, you would surely has sent me away empty-handed. But God has seen my handship and the toil of my hand, and last night he rebuked you. Laban answered Jacob, the women are my daughters, the children are my children, and the flow are my flow. All you see is mine. Yet that can I do today about those daughters of mine, or about the children that there has born it. Come now, let me make a covenant, you and I, and, and let it serve as a witness between us. So Jacob took a stone and set it up as a pillar. He said to his relative, gather some stones. So they took stone and filled them in a heap, heap, and there ate it there. They ate it there by the heap. Laban called it Jela Sahachota, and Jacob called it Greed. Laban said, this sheep is a witness between you and me today. That is why it was called Greed. It was also called Mischief, because he said, may the Lord keep watch between you and me when we are away from each other. If mistreated my daughter, or if you take away any with it wife beside my daughter, even though no one is with us, remember that God is a witness between you and me. Laban also said to Jacob, here is this heap, and there is this filler I have sent up between you and me. This heap is a witness, and this release it is a witness that I will not go fast. This hill to me, to your side, to whom you are, and that you will not go past this hum and pillar to my side, to harm me. May to God of Abraham and the God of Nahum, to the God of their father, judge between us. So Jacob took an oath in the name of the fear of his father Isaac. He offered a sacrifice there is in the hill country and invited his relative to a meal. After they has eaten there, spent the night there. Early Early the next morning, Laban kissed his grandchildren and his daughter and breathed them. Then he left and returned at home.